Hey everyone, it's Editing Greg here. So you're going to realize something very quick in today's video, that I'm making references to this video coming out on Christmas Day and us only taking 1 week off. I miscounted when recording this back in early November, and we actually are taking the last 2 weeks of the year off. We're taking Christmas and New Year's off, and we'll be back on January 8th, 2023 for episode 51 of the Homebrewers. But until then, we do have this video out for you guys today. So any references to me being like, hey, it's Christmas Day, it's crazy this is coming out on Christmas Day, ignore that. I was an idiot that didn't look at things properly and correctly when trying to figure out when this episode would be coming out. So with that being said, hopefully you guys enjoy this video, enjoy your holiday, and we'll see you guys in 2023.
Hello everyone, greetings, and because this episode's coming out on this day, to those who celebrate it, Merry Christmas. Hope you guys are enjoying your Christmas. Hope you guys have been enjoying these videos, and hope that this is a nice little Christmas surprise. Usually we don't upload an episode on Christmas, but damn it, we're putting this one out because why the hell not? You know, it's happening. We are taking next week off for New Year's though, but why not give you guys a little bit of a Christmas surprise? So put on your Christmas hats, join with your family members, and enjoy some neurodivergent idiot like myself talking about his hyperfixation in the final episode of this series of 3 episodes, Hyperfixation Intro to Metroid Prime. As always, I'm Greg, and this episode is going to be a little different than the other episodes. This episode is going to have a lot more editing because this part of the game teaches you about backtracking, and you're going to notice that very quickly. So there's going to be a lot more editing compared to everyone compared to the other 2 episodes that aired prior. So let's not waste any more time. Let's go ahead and jump on into it. Let's find it interesting referencing Christmas, by the way, because at the time of recording this video, we haven't even hit Thanksgiving yet. It is a week before Thanksgiving, and it's weird to already think about Christmas. I still feel like that November started 2 days ago, but like by the time this video comes out, we'll be at the end of the year already. These shriek bats are always really, really annoying. So, we don't want to jump into there. There's those little boys right there. I don't know why I call them little boys. Let's see if I can get them. Trying to get some scans. Ooh, new resource. That's the blast shield. That's where it would have told you. Yeah, I got the scan for the shriek bats. There we go. So, before we learn about backtracking, we get to also learn about the puzzle solving of this game in this nifty little puzzle that we have right here. So as you can see, there's a bunch of little things that are trying to distract you and all that fun stuff. So you get all the way to the end here, and you look up and you see a giant door, and you scan the door. This large metal gate blocks entrance to the area beyond. 4 runic symbols adorn its surface. Matching symbols within this room must be scanned to gain access here. So this is one of the simplest puzzles. So there's one right here. This runic symbol has been activated. 4 runic symbols in this room must be activated. So there you go. Now we got to find where the other three runic symbols are at. So where these blast caps were at was another one right here. So it's the same scan. So we're going to jump, and then this little guy is going to show its rear its ugly head back up in here. Now we've kind of gone where we can on the bottom, so let's go to the top. This is the part of the game that really kind of introduces you to some of the puzzle solving in it. Simple puzzle solving. And part of the puzzle solving is going to be me remembering where the 4th runic symbol is. I think I missed the 4th runic symbol. So that's the 3rd one. Man, you guys are learning with me again. But no, it's something that I've always loved, like I said, the graduation, like the gradual teaching of this game, like how it teaches you to do a variety of things and the tricks that it has up its sleeve. There's the fourth one right there. Now all 4 of the runic symbols have been scanned, and it shows that another one has shown up right there. But yeah, this introduces you to the puzzle solving, and this puzzle solving will become important later on when we get to the backtracking portion of this. So, crawl through here. Now we get to the final runic symbol here, and voila, we have solved our first puzzle, ladies and gentlemen. Before we jump down there, let's scan the Chozo lore. Like I said, I'm not wasting your guys' time sitting down and reading all the Chozo lore. If I was doing like a full playthrough, I'd be reading all of them, but that's neither here nor there. So, let's go here. Now we have collected the charge beam. The charge beam is going to make some things very easy in relation to picking up items as we kill enemies. This is a cool little tutorial bit right here that I've always loved as well. So you see all these things showing up right here. And you probably think, here, I'm just going to shoot all of these. But you also, hey, you have something new at your disposal. You notice as you're trying to shoot these eyes closed that they just open back up. What about our new charge beam? Oh, that fucker's dead. Oh, that fucker's dead. Why don't I try it like this? Oh, that guy's dead. So here's a cool little trick right here. If you shoot it in between the 2 of them, you get to kill 2 of them at the same time. That's really cool. Okay, we can't come back here quite yet. It says unidentifiable obstruction, approximately 1 meter wide, blocks the hole. We'll get to come back to that in a little bit. So now, it's time to backtrack. And not jump into poison. Hey! So we just need to use the charge beam, and there we go. That is our first missile expansion. So our missiles have increased by 5. So now, well, I have 9 since I used one, but the cool thing about that expansion over there is, and I didn't get to talk about it because I didn't know if using the charge beam, I couldn't remember if that was the correct way to even collect that in the first place. But using the it also is like you heard like a sound just behind you, and you're like, well, what's behind there? And you know, you have your experiments. Sometimes something works, other times not so much. There we go. What does this thing say? The path of corruption leads even higher. Ah, yes. Getting all of those pickup items thanks to the charge beam. It's always wonderful. Oh, boy. So this is just climbing. There's not much going on right now. Like I said, we're kind of in like montage mode right now. Just seeing what's going on. Hope you're, as I said, hope your guys' Christmas is going well. I'm recording this in the... Oh, shit. Ow. Merry Christmas to me. I just got my ass handed to me, but that's okay. But, like I said, it's weird talking about Christmas before Thanksgiving even happening, but yeah. So we're getting into an interesting part of this game right now. We got more Shriek Bats we're going to be dealing with right now. But this is where some of the, this is where some of the backtracking comes into play. And, well, it's about to come into play. Because this area right here is very interesting. So you see up here, new research door. Lock systems are engaged. Lock system engaged. Secure the area to unlock the door. So you got to get rid of all of the enemies before you can get through that door. So as you make your way through here, more Shriek Bats. That's going to kind of be the trend. Well, if I'm trying not to die. But why this is interesting in the coming back to things. So, there's a little creature right here. This creature is called a stone toad. Preys on creatures smaller than itself. Vulnerable only from within. A stone toad is able to remain still for days. It preys upon creatures smaller than itself, inhaling them whole. Anything it finds undigestible, it regurgitates. Stone toads use their tusks as a last resort in combat. So you can see this little guy right here. Doesn't like you right now. Remember that in a moment. Let's keep going. This part is where it gets interesting with the, well, there we go. Something that's not really fully visible in this game, by the way, is, just how good I'm pausing here because we're about to get to another mini-boss. Just how good the controls still feel to this day. You would think, depending on the game, like how dated a game can feel, but this game doesn't really feel dated in the least, actually, and it's very nice and refreshing. So, enough of me talking. Let's mini boss. That's a massive hive. First thing we do is we scan. This is the incinerator drone. This is a fun little fight, and by fun I mean it's a little fucking annoying, but not much you can do. So this little thing shows up. Boop. Now you notice that it's going to shoot fire up here, and some of these boys are going to roll through. These are different versions of these war wasps. These are barbed war wasps, and they shoot poison at you. So something that's really good in this tutorial is they are upping the difficulty a lot at this point. A lot like how the Space Pirate frigate, you know, made the Space Pirates harder to fight as time went on. Ow. So now instead of regular war wasps, you got the poisoned war wasps now. There we go. Oh, I can remember it was 3 or 4, and it was 4. So then this breaks. Oh, and I wonder what we got right here. I naturally roll into the ball because these are your Morph Ball bombs. Now this is about to break open a lot of stuff. And for those who don't know, this is the last of the upgrades before the main boss of Chozo Ruins. So you've noticed that there's been some like smaller little Morph Ball bits that had walls. We're going to be able to break those though with the Morph Ball bombs, which means we can start exploring and doing the backtracking. So if you don't mind me, I'm going to be doing some backtracking, and I'll be chatting intermittently as I backtrack before we get to the final part of Chozo Ruins, the main boss fight. I'm going to test these out right here. See what I'm talking about. I'm just going to lead us back here to another missile expansion. Hey, we're going to have a lot of these boys that we're going to be getting. So, as I mentioned before, we're going to be backtracking a lot, collecting some things. Just a bunch of expansion and stuff now that we have everything that we need before the final boss battle. And like I said, it is time for a little bit of a montage, and I'll be chatting with you guys intermittently. Okay, so remember the Stone Toad from earlier? Remember how he would do this? What if you put a bomb here? Aw, damn it. I'm not doing it correctly. There we go. You gotta bomb it when you're inside. So we got an energy spike that's detected. There's something in the furnace right here. I wonder what's in the furnace. Well, we're about to find out. Water's going to recede temporarily. You got a time limit. So I'm going to be kind of speeding through here. You hear that buzzer going off. Yeah, we know. We know you're here. We know you're there. So we've activated these two boys right here. which will then lead us to the next area that we got to get to. And you hear... Oh boy, this is getting stressful already. Is it this direction? Yes, it is this direction. And then we finally, don't mind me with my strained voice right now. Here we go. Now we just bomb that. Activate this. And then this. We'll unlock that door that we scanned earlier. So now we've opened up this area and we're going to check out what's going on in the furnace right now. Shows that there's an energy spike detected. I wonder what's going on with that energy spike right now. Oh, would you look at that? We have found something that we cannot reach yet. That is right, guys. We aren't going to be able to reach this for quite some time. But what we can do, unable to access magnetic rail system, but what we can do is get to one of the reasons why there is a spike in energy. Because we have another energy tank that we've collected. That is right. You look here, we've collected the energy spike. I was fucking with you guys. It totally wasn't me forgetting that the energy spike was the energy tank. So here's a cool thing right here. If I could... So you can break through that and just go underneath all of these eyes. It's basically another mini tutorials to how those little blast areas work. So remember back when we got the charge beam, when there was that little area that was blocked out that we couldn't get to, that was behind all those eyes shooting everything? Well, when I'm not jumping in the water that is very poisonous, we're going to backtrack in there and see what's behind there. Okay, so this is an important bit right here. I was about to show off this thing, but so it's showing you the main source of the toxins is located right here. The toxin source is located. So this is using the hint system and whatnot. And as we've established earlier in this game, earlier in these videos, that it very much does a good job even if you don't have the hint system on. That you will eventually stumble into this area and find what's the source of these toxins are. Because if you could tell, the water is all the water's toxic right now, and you can't even stand in it. It's crazy that this happened right when I get to this part right here. So now we know where we should be going next, which is the sun chamber. We'll keep that in mind, but for now, we're still going to continue to explore and backtrack and take a look at some stuff that we can do. What is behind this door? It is another hallway. What is behind this blast door? Another magnetic track. But also another missile tank. Hey, there we go. We are collecting some items. And now you see that this right here you can use once you have the spider ball, but we won't get that for some time. Again, something that I've talked about plenty of times already is this game kind of setting up intrigue to return. And this is also one of the ways that it does that, is showing you things that you don't, oh shit, necessarily have yet. How I avoided all that, I have no idea. Holy shit, I'm a fucking grandmaster at this fucking game. I probably shouldn't have used that phrase, but what the fuck ever. You know, this game is showing you that you'll need to backtrack to that point once you have the spider ball to check out what it is specifically is up on those rails. If I am not going to be done jumping into these things anytime soon. But, yeah, as we've already seen multiple magnetic rails. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and continue onward, shall we? So now that we're back here, technically, we could take this all the way to here and go ahead and check out what's in the sun chamber. Or we can go back through here, and we can go back here and check out some things that we missed along the way. I say we check out some things that we missed along the way. So here's an interesting bit. What's in this door right here? Walk through here. Got some blast caps in here. Just blast through them. Intense heat readings. Oh god, what's in here? Oh boy. You're taking damage. We can't go in there yet. Again, another case of the game leading you around as to what you can and can't do. It means you got to do something about that. Maybe we'll be doing something about that very soon. Who knows? So, we're back in this area right here where the save room was at way back at the beginning. And maybe you noticed it beforehand. Getting rid of the wasps right now. But you'll notice it right on over here. We've got a missile tank right here. Got a little maze over here to try to check out. So, let's go ahead and let's get started on this maze. You need to use the morph ball. Bounce yourself up there and oh, hey, look, those break apart. Okay, awesome. Oh, well, if I'm not a fucking idiot and not falling out of the fucking maze, we'd be able to continue properly. So, let's try this again and pretend like I did it properly the first time. It's part of the learning process, though, when you play this game the first time. So you notice you go over here and you're all, huh, I can't make it any further. I wonder what's going on here. Well, you can bounce up here. And get rid of that. And then you just backtrack again. You just bounce up here. Bounce again up here. Drop down here. Drop a bomb right there. And there you go. Another missile expansion. We are doing pretty good on these, actually. I'm glad I still remember where to find these. I want you, maybe people who are very, very, very young or younger. Hey, let's look at this again. I love that still. It's really good. But some people to kind of think about, you know, I mentioned before, I don't remember which episode it was, but that I had the original Brady strategy guide. Was it Prima or Brady? But I had the strategy guide, and but I didn't get it right away, so I had to resort to the internet, which people had to make their own walkthroughs and stuff like that, and things got very kind of confusing trying to visualize everything. It's basically think GameFAQs, fucking ASCII art, fucking GameFAQs walkthroughs and shit like that to help you beat any sort of video game and whatnot. But like today's day and age, you look up, hey, a walkthrough, a guide, and you get like Polygon, IGN, all of these like big sources, right? Well, back in the day, we didn't really have much of that. We really only just had either the kindness of strangers, or, you know, you had to figure it out on your own. Hey, we found another missile expansion, by the way. So we have 30 missiles now, I think. Yeah, 30 missiles. Nice. I think that's the last of these areas we're going to be checking out before we, are we able to go back into that little area? I'll go find out in just a moment. But, yeah, we had to kind of either fend for ourselves or rely on the hopeful kindness of strangers, and that's how things like Playground Rumors started for video games. It's where like, oh man, Luigi's in Mario 64 happened because kids would read on the internet or think they swear up and down that they saw Luigi in the game or whatnot. But with exploration games like Metroid, it's a lot of trial and error. And I remember before I had the guide, that it very much got lost easily in this game, and I'm an idiot 9-year-old. I said 8, I meant to say 9-year-old when this game came out in 2002. But it's one of those things where I got stuck a lot in this beginning bit. I know I've done more times than beat the rest of the game. Well, hey, we in here. Hell yes. That's awesome. Hey, we're close to this area right here. That's going to make things very interesting. Anyway, yeah, it was like there was a lot of just trial and error back in the day, trying to figure these games out. You know, it's like people have it easy today. People are able to just sit there and be like, hey, I figured this thing out, or it's like, hey, IGN has the walkthrough for this game, so I'm just going to use that to help me out on this exploration game. Or you're a mad lad that still figures these games out on your own. Either way is valid. But all things considered, you know, you didn't have that luxury back in the day. You had to figure it out on your own, or go to some GameFAQs, site, or oh man, even back in the 90s, the fucking what's it fucking called? The websites like a GeoCities or an Angel Fire page. This is my Mario 64 website, and it's like, here's my walkthrough that I made by myself, and I embedded these images, and look at this sick GIF that I have that's definitely a stock GIF and is the most original stock GIF ever. Anyway, completely unrelated, let's solve another puzzle. So, I'm kind of jumping the gun on the puzzle, but you can scan this, and it says appears to be the second or third locking mechanisms. Lock is active, but the key slot is sealed by weak metal grating. So we broke this open. So we're going to use a bomb in here, and we're like, hey, it snaps open. Or it snaps locked, I should say. This puzzle teaches you about bomb jumping, actually. And you finish this lock right here. Now you get down there. So now you're probably wondering, well, how the hell do I get up here? Another part of why this tutorial is really cool, and why it's cool in the form of backtracking and stuff like that, is this teaches you about double bomb jumping. So you do this. Well, if I could do it properly, that'd be great. You get up there, and there you go. Double bomb jumping is kind of vital in order to collect a series of items throughout this game. It's a thing that's actually carried over from, I think, Super Metroid. You were able to do it, if I remember correctly. I've played Super Metroid many times, but I'm, you know, knowledge-wise not as on the up and up about it. But hey, another 5 missiles. We have 35 missiles. We're definitely powering up. Oh boy, look at all these beetles. Our beetle probably isn't happy that we're shooting all the beetles. So, now we're going to collect what is actually the last item that we need before heading back over and going to the Sun Chamber. Our last energy tanks. Now we have 3 energy tanks and 35 missiles. And now it's time to jump back down and backtrack yet again, if I'm not failing at jumping, to get ready for this, what awaits us in the Sun Chamber. So we're back in the tree chamber right now. However you pronounce that word, I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce that word. Alrighty. Got a wasp hive over there. So remember these little boys from earlier? Why am I calling them little boys? I don't understand. These bad boys from earlier, just blast them. So, here comes an interesting bit right here. You notice I've been scanning these runic symbols. We've got another runic symbol puzzle that we're working on right now. The first one I tried to scan was down there, but I'm going to go back down and grab it. I'm only grabbing this because I already know that these are here. But the way that this puzzle usually works is you get to the top of the tree, and then you see another one of those doors, one of the ones that you saw earlier when we got the charge beam. And then you had to go back down and then scan everything. That's how the puzzle's actually supposed to be done. But if you've done this puzzle before, done it plenty of times, oh boy, there's some more wasps. But if you've done it before, you could just do it from bottom to top, which is the name of my memoir, From Bottom to Top. An inspirational story. Going from a bottom to a top. I'm so clever. I'm not clever at all. Editing Greg, you can cut that out if you want to. It's super dumb. So you want to shoot those guys. Oh shit! Welp! I'm just having an impeccable time right now, aren't I? Man, oh boy. Definitely can tell that I'm out of practice. And I played this game recently, my dude. Like, I played it, oh shit. I played it within like the last year. And I'm way farther. But, okay, I did not fall this time. So, I'm going to continue to climb up the tree. Climb up the sanctuary. Where is the... Oh, that's a ruined war wasp hive. All right. So we've got 2 of the symbols scanned. There's the 3rd symbol, and then now I gotta remember where in the fuck the 4th symbol is. Well, it looks like I'm gonna be going back down anyway. I found the 4th runic symbol, ladies and gentlemen. And it was literally right there. So that's going to trigger the cutscene to let us go back up there. And again, good like design, good helping you learn how this game functions. We already did one of these. An easier one when we were getting the charge beam. And they reused the puzzle, but in a harder room, as you could tell by how much I had difficulty with it for whatever dumb reason. But now we go back up to the top. Oh god, I almost fell. I almost fell off. I also got to see a little bit of the spiciness of those vines. All right, hop on up here. Alrighty. And try to get yourself through that door. Cool little bit of sound design right here that I love is the music cuts out back to the ambience at this point, which is another setting up of something big is about to happen. We're about to have something really big happen, and who knows what the fuck's going to happen at this point. It's one of the many things I've gushed about this before, but the sound design in this game is just fantastic, and it's done so wonderfully well. And I don't know, I love it to death, and I love the way that they use music in this game, and it continues throughout the rest of this game, and very interesting examples as time goes on. But it's neither here nor there. What's this ugly motherfucker right here? Ooh, that's a lot of poisonous vines right there. I think we might have found the source of the toxin, ladies and gentlemen. Now, do not ask me how to properly pronounce the name of this boss. The name of this boss... Ow. So the name of this boss is... I've always said Flagra, but it's probably Falagra or however you say it. I've always said Flagra. It's big, mean... Ooh. So we took out that one thing, and it falls over, and its vines retract. And show you that. That's lit up right there. Let's get in here as quickly as possible. Put a bomb there. Nice. There we go. We did it. We defeated the boss. I think we did good. You know, GG guys. Good first major boss fight. Oh wait. No, it wouldn't be a major boss fight if it didn't have multiple forms. This is the first big boss fight that we have. Ow. Oh god, that sucks. Oh, shit. Oh, God. I have never had that fucking happen before. Oh, motherfucker. You bitch. You bitch, you bastard. Oh, because I gotta stun him. Shows you how great I am at this fucking game. I'm sitting there like, why are you like doing that? But quite literally, that's never fucking happened before. Having the vines like spawn immediately in front of me. I've never had that happen before. I've had it spawn right next to me, and I catch a little bit of the damage, but nothing like that before. That was new. Either that or I just suck at it so much anymore that, you know, that's what I get. Something I love in the sound design right there is the ones that have been reused. Usually that happens. When it hits down, when one of those sunbeams hits down that's already been hit down before, it makes like an additional sound that if it's a new one that had never been used before, it doesn't make, and you can hear it. Editing Greg can like isolate it, or I can point it out when it happens one more time, because we got one last bit right here. Oh god. Oh shit, come on, you fucker. Oh, of course it had to be so far away. I didn't plan that properly. Alright, so I got one more little thing, and as you notice, as you use each one, it becomes invalid to use after that point. But right here, here's what I'm talking about. So, and then it just right there. Yeah, it's a really cool thing. Oh god. So a good strategy for this is to just use it, have a charge beam shot ready to go, and then continually fire at him and take care of this asshole right here. He's dazed yet again, and there's my last vine. And there we go. Now he's gonna fall over. Bleh! And the last of these put a bomb on him, and he is done. And we have finished the first major boss fight of this game. And with that, the game itself opens up for you. As you can see, it's showing you every, like, that all the toxins are going away. So the cool part is now from here on out, all of the water is now no longer toxic. You can now walk through the water again, and it's going to make traversing through this part of the game, or through Chozo Ruins, so much easier. Let's go ahead and grab some health. Where's the health? Where'd the health go? Come on, you sassy boys. Where'd your health go? Nah, fuck it. It's fine. But anyway, we get one last upgrade before the world expands, and we get a really cool little cutscene here. Samus is raised into the air, manifesting, I don't know, energy, whatever it is. You know, it's a bunch of energy is coalescing at her suit from within, or, you know, it's from outside. But then all of a sudden, hey, look, we have the Various suit finally, and that means we get to go through areas with really high or really low temperatures without getting harmed. So Various suit has been acquired. Dangerous areas are now accessible. So that is basically the tutorial as a whole and the introduction to Metroid Prime. Now, I could end it here, but there is one last kind of cool thing that I do want to show off. It is going to lead to the next area, but we're not going to be playing the next area. See what I was talking about, that the water is now no longer toxic, so we can go through it. Again, another cool thing of, hey, so showing off some deeper depths, but you go really slow right now. I wonder what happens when you're able to not go slower. We got all of our energy back. Let's see what this dude up here is. We got a Pulse Bamu, as opposed to a waifu. It's a Pulse Bamu. And one more cool little thing. Another magnetic track taking us all the way back down to here. And it leads you to this elevator, which takes you down to Magmoor Caverns. So as we go down to Magmoor Caverns and we wrap up what is basically the introduction to this game, you technically don't even have to go into Magmoor Caverns at this point. You should be able to go back to Talon Overworld and visit the Impact Crater if you so want to. You can explore other areas of the Chozo Ruins. But again, in a way to help guide the player, it generally leads you down to another area. And this game's really good at that, even though it's an open world. Like, it continues to open up. And you can technically go wherever you want and see what new spots you can unlock with all of the stuff that you have received. But it is at this point that the game then does start to open up, and you are now adequately trained to continue on in your path in Metroid Prime. Metroid Prime is one of my favorite games of all time. As I said numerous times, I could play this game and I could show you guys so many different parts of this game. I could show you guys this entire fucking game and rant about like all the different things. Like we haven't even gotten to like the coolness of Magmoor Caverns. We haven't gotten into the really cool ambience of Phendrana Drifts. The later on bits of Phazon Mines and the down ship in Talon Overworld. There's a lot of cool stuff. There's the unlocking of the stuff at the Impact Crater that unlocks the artifacts, and it kind of continues on right there. But what this game does incredibly well is it does really good from the very beginning of the game to this point at teaching you what is basically the essentials of the game. It teaches you how to explore areas, how to backtrack, what items can be used on which things, how to use your scan visor, gives you little teases as to, ooh, you can't go here yet, but come back when you've got a thing that can get you up there or get you over there, and who knows what you can accomplish. I didn't backtrack to the one area with the heat back in Chozo Ruins because you need something else. You need the grapple beam for that, and you don't get that till way, way later in the game. But, yeah, this whole hyperfixation that I have about the beginning of this game, like, I could fucking ADHD gush about this game to the end of the fucking earth. I love that game this much. It's one of my favorite games of all time. It's this and the first Halo, Combat Evolved, that are, like, the two most important video games to me. And really kind of solidified my love of video games. I had an N64. I was a shit kid who didn't know how to play those games. It was like this era of video games, the GameCube, the PlayStation 2, the Xbox, the original Xbox, that really like solidified my love of games because I was starting to get a little older and able to comprehend video games more and be able to play them better and stuff like that. And this is one of those games that really shaped it. It really shaped the kind of like openness and whatnot, the ability to explore, and the intro of this game, what I consider the full tutorial of this game, being the Space Pirate frigate all the way to the end of Chozo Ruins. As I've said, it's done a fantastic job. It shows you all the mechanics of the game, what you can generally look forward to throughout the rest of the game, and then hopefully, like it did for me, get you hyped to continue playing the game. So that's it. I've been Greg. Like I said, this came out on Christmas, so for those who celebrate, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Hope your guys' holidays have been wonderful. We'll be taking next week off for New Year's, and then after that, we shall be back with more homebrewers. But till then, you guys take care. We love you all, and we'll see you guys in the new year.